Visualize the stress going down your arms, out through your fingertips. Relax your torso, your hips. While you're gently breathing, visualize stress going down your legs and out through your toes. And you're completely relaxed. Gently breathing in and out. Any thoughts that come into your mind, visualize them just floating by like a cloud. Clouds in the sky. Take another deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale. Closing thought for this meditation. Love is like a deep pool that never dries up. You have more to give than you realize. The only expectation you should have in giving to others is what you expect of yourself. That's how you stay replenished. Namaste. May the divine in me honor the divine in you. Thank you.
I needed that, by the way.
Okay. I did too.
That was great, Terry. I loved it.
Thank you, Andrea. Glad you're here.
Thank you. Me too.
So let's start this whole event. We are live again. I have to say this so that the system knows we're recording and everything. So good morning, everyone. And again, this is Tonya Scholz. I'm in the Women in Communication South Florida Twitter account. I have my account on there, but the iOS and Android they can't dance together for some reason. So today, as everyone know, every Monday at 10 a.m. we honor and feature a communicator that we feel is outstanding. And I had the opportunity to know Andrea Hammer so much, actually right before the pandemic, almost 3 years through Terry actually, and so I have always been inspired by her energy, her attitude, everything about her. So let me give you just a little bit about her, what she does and stuff. So Andrea Hammer is the owner and president of Hammer Health and Fitness. Sorry about that. I'm streaming in my studio because I wanted to be in the other side of my house. So sorry. So let me start over again. Andrea Hammer is the owner and president of Hammer Health and Fitness, Inc. She's a certified fitness trainer, certified fitness nutrition specialist, certified weight management specialist, certified senior fit specialist, well coaches, certified health and wellness coach, happy life coach, corporate and concierge health and fitness programs, creative the Max Pack, Maximum Power and Core Strength Training System, Women's Empowerment Podcast host, Your Life Program, Live Intentionally Fabulous Every Day. It's streamed on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And what I love about what her saying is live your strongest, healthiest, most joyful life. So on this note, I want to introduce everyone to Andrea Hammer. Hi, Andrea. How are you? Good morning.
Hey, Tonya, I'm doing awesome today. Thanks so much for having me on your show. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, I was on your show. I was really excited. Your show was incredible.
Yes. And I'm going to just correct you. I did have for 7 years my own podcast called Your Life Program, Live Intentionally Fabulous Every Day. And just this recently in January, I have put it on the back burner for a little while and stepped away because I wanted to focus more on the Max Pack, Maximum Power and Core, my strength and fitness training product, and more development into being able to provide greater health and wellness and training to my peeps. And so I do love the radio. I've been on it for, like I said, 7 years, but I've just recently stepped back from it just to pursue, more intense, business and training with the Max Pack and Hammer Health and Fitness. So just wanted to share that. But all the shows,
Let's
300
talk
of them are in our archives still, so they're still available.
Yeah, but you can turn around, snip all that up. I mean, content,
Oh yeah,
repurposing it, it's just incredible. So I think you can definitely do this. So Andrea, let's step back a little bit. Tell us about yourself. Like, this is you have been in fitness for a long time. You have been a communicator, podcaster, and also an entrepreneur and a businesswoman. You're a CEO of your company. Tell us about your journey. Like what did you start
wow.
out of, and how did you get here?
Well, I have really been in fitness all my life. I've always loved to exercise and move my body and work out. And, I've always been into health and wellness and being alive and loving my life. And I was in retail when I was in college and working out in between. And then when I got married, my husband's family had a lot of health issues, and I didn't want that to befall my family. So when I had children, I didn't want that level of sickness. There's heart disease and diabetes and cancer that happened to my husband's family, and so that really rocked our world. We lost a lot of people, and so being a young mother with small children, I was like determined not to let that happen. And even though through 20 years of mortgage career, providing and working and training, I always had a gym in the garage and people would come over and want to work out with me. I did years of martial arts, I had my black belt, I did women's self-defense, and always sometime somewhere someone was at my house doing some fun stuff to be strong and well and feel good. And I always did it for fun because I had another job. But then when the mortgage crash happened in 2008, and there went my business. I had a friend of mine who used to come and work out with me. She goes, "Here's a few dollars. You're broke now." And it was very humbling to go from a nice living of money to like zero, like show me the money, right? And I had to kind of find a new way to start all over again. And so I kept my mortgage license for quite a long while after the crash. I didn't get to use it because it was very scarce during that time. So I started building up my fitness training program. I had people come in the garage and started, investing in more and more certifications to become more and more educated and skilled and knowledgeable in what I was teaching. And that's how I have all these certifications now. But the most important thing to me was that I just love people. I just want everyone to feel awesome and strong and empowered and beautiful and sexy and amazing and can do and live a purposeful life. Because if you're sick, tired, or broken and you can't get out the door, or you're stuck in a doctor's office, they are using your vacation money for themselves, and you're missing your life, and you're on the sidelines being a spectator instead of a participant in your own life. And that just is not in my wheelhouse to have that happen to myself or to those I love. And so that's why I really expanded to Hammer Health and Fitness and became a, real business and incorporated and, made a website and invested in, business training and how to build a business and find the right people. And here's the thing, finding the right people wasn't the problem. It's people showed up because they had a problem, and I had the answers. I have the answers and the solutions to help them have a new life and transform out of the problems that they have. And when you know better, you can do better. When you feel better, you are better. When you are better, you are just an amazing person on the planet. We need more amazing people on the planet. I feel that, there's so much difficulty going on in the world today, tragedies and pandemics and personal issues, that we need all the love and help and support that we can get from each other, and to embody that within yourself. And when you are that person, you have greater resilience and strength and determination to handle all the issues that come up in the world, and they don't have to take you down. And just know that me and many other professionals are here to help love and support and train and guide and inspire you to become your strongest, most amazing, healthy, and joyful, F-U-L-L, like a gas tank. Fill it up. Have that kind of a life. Because, I ask my students, are you joyful or are you joyful? And they look at me like I got two heads. There's one kind of joyful, like everyday birthday or anniversary or a tennis bracelet or a raise, and it's yay for the moment, and then we go back to slogging around. Or are you full every day because you're alive, you feel awesome, each day is a new adventure, you want to go out there and take the world by storm, you want to do something, be purposeful, live a life of significance, change the lives of others, be the best person you can be. That's the kind of joyful I want you to live, and your body needs to be rocking, strong, and healthy in order for you to do that. And so I built my whole platform around that. And I also decided that I needed a new piece of fitness equipment because I've been to the gym a million times, of course, with machinery and dumbbells, weight plates, and kettlebells, and all that metal sometimes caused injury to a lot of people and to myself. I've clunked myself plenty of times and broken a few things. So I invented and created, manufactured, trademarked, and patented a new fitness training product called Max Pack, Maximum Power and Core. And it is a soft-sided rectangular pack. It is proprietarily filled with sand. And so the grip is softer and fits wonderful in your hand, but there's hundreds and hundreds of variable ways to use it. And they come in 3 sizes, 8 pounds, 16, and 24, that you can stand on and sit on and row them, throw them, ab crunches, squats, cardio, meditation, yoga, Pilates, a portable punching pack for martial arts, rehab, and all the way to the Pentagon. I have sold them to the Pentagon Athletic Center in DC, and that was quite an honor, humbling, intimidating, and just amazing all in itself. And it's just quite a privilege to get to be there and bring some more intense training protocols to the existing ones that the military already has. So that's been my journey. I kind of like Niagara Falls, all that out at once, but
No, I was like, can you say
where it
that? Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible what you just told me, by the way. So like if someone came to you and do people come to you, like what are your clientele? Is it most men, women, or you have 50-50? And also, do people come to you to lose weight? Why do they come to you? Like
well,
when they call you, what are they looking to be coached on first?
most of them want to lose weight and get in better shape. And I would say that my demographic, really, when people ask me who my ideal client is, anyone who can hold, a weight training product, anyone who wants to be in shape. I have worked with young children and teenagers all the way up to like 80s and 90s. So I have experience in all those areas. The most average group of people are women from, let's say, 35 to 65, who are looking to lose a few pounds, be in shape, feel awesome, and, get into that sexy dress or cute jeans, but also just to, not slog through it. Yeah, there's a point where your body changes after certain years or menopause, and we lose some elasticity, we lose some strength, we lose some muscle mass. But it doesn't have to be that. And let me just say this clearly. Just because you have a lot of birthdays does not mean you ever have to be old. Never. That's a mindset. When people say, I'm getting old and this is what's happening to me, you don't have all these terrible diseases or problems just because you have birthdays. There are so many wonderful, beautiful, holistic practices and things you can do daily to keep yourself young and feeling awesome and strong and have good balance and not fall down and feel like a vibrant member of society. Sickness and poor health come from poor choices and lack of practice. And we just need to do one thing better today than yesterday and one little less bad thing today than yesterday, and repeat it tomorrow with fitness, food, and feeling good. That's my protocol. One thing better with fitness: if you jumped up and down to 10 jumping jacks or walked around the block or just made a circle around your dining room table in your underwear, you did something, right? If you can eat a bowl of blueberries or an apple instead of the apple pie today, then that's better than yesterday. And that's, your fitness thing. And your feel good thing is a spiritual or personal practice of care, like having a cup of tea or writing in a journal or painting or singing or something that is your heartfelt thing that lights you up that you would do even if you didn't get paid, right? Something wonderful and calm and delicious that is personally all by yourself, your soulful energy that is enlightened and inspired by an action you take. And when you do body, mind, and spirit practices each day, and it doesn't have to take a long time. You don't have to do 50 push-ups on your knuckles out in the street or a whole marathon. You don't have to kill yourself to go. You just have to get your sneakers on and go. And whatever pace you can do it at safely and effectively that makes you feel happy, then that's what you do. I don't care if you dance around in your underwear while you vacuum in the house. You're moving and you feel good, right? If it's something more
But I
intense, then you can do that, right? There's a whole
do.
parameter of things that fit who you are. That's why I'm such a personal concierge trainer. Is no two people are the same. Everyone's unique and beautiful and has likes and goals and needs and special care if you do. And so one thing isn't going to be perfect for the next person. It's you got to figure out and then do what is best for you. And I'm really great at that. I am. And I love saying that because it's true, because it makes me so happy when we figure it out, you know?
No, I agree. Let me also ask you another thing. So I was on your blog. I was reading some a lot of your stuff, and the one on the blog caught me was that why should you go to a wellness retreat? Can you tell us about your thoughts on that? Because I know because Terry's here. She is the marketing director for Balance for
Balance
Life.
for life. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about that because I think wellness retreat is such an incredible thing to do with your loved ones, your family, because I think in my younger days, we think about getting away. It's like, let's go to Vegas and drink like crazy and then party. And then I guess as time goes on, you kind of I kind of remember, I want to do more stuff on myself instead of drink and party. And so going to a wellness retreat and getting pampered and resetting your brain. Tell us your thoughts about the wellness retreat and what do you think? And do you think everyone should try it at least once or at least once?
I agree. A wellness retreat, that provides the care and the attention to your needs is very important, whichever one it is. And Terry's is fabulous at Balance for Life. And the reason that a retreat is good is it's an intensive. You get to be for a weekend or however many days in alignment with other people who are seeking the same health goals. And when they provide programs that discuss nutritious food and proper exercise and mindset and motivation and a spiritual uplifting inside yourself, when you're immersed in that for a few days, it helps stimulate mirror neurons in the brain. And what's really important, I do a lot of neuropsychology and neuro-linguistic programming and neural training, because your brain, there's many centers besides the balance center and all your motor skills and stuff. But when you are visually watching other people be healthy consistently, that stimulates your brain to see that level. And the more of the good stuff you see, the more your body transforms and learns that. If you're stuck with a pattern of people and you're being with people who have poor habits, you're going to end up falling into those poor habits. So when you're in an immersion in a retreat, and all day throughout that experience, all the happy buttons are pressed, all the enlivening buttons are pressed, all the visual and auditory lessons that you see and hear from the instructors that teach you tactically to feel and to experience and to see and witness and just have your whole body be immersed in it, will help really boost that for you, because you see other people doing it and their success, and it gives you hope and inspiration and motivation and skills and your own personal mindset to decide on purpose to continue doing this because you feel great. So when you're in a retreat, all of that is available to you to see it. And it's not just a one thing for an hour and then boom, it's out of your head, but you have hours of it because you're there for a few days and it's constantly being reinforced, and your brain is mirroring those positive forces that are coming at you, and you learn them more quickly. And then when you love it and it feels good, you want that. When you want that, then that's your motivation. When you want that inside you because it's an intrinsic value to you, then that's when you do it. If you do something for an external reward just because someone says something nice or it's for somebody else, that is quickly going to dissipate. But when you do it because it's for you and you love it and you feel awesome, that's for you. And that's the biggest why ever, is to find your why for you. And retreats can help you figure that out. And that's why I love them.
I love it. Yeah, I want to share that blog out. Your 4 reasons to go on a wellness retreat. But okay, so I was waiting. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Max Pack, and because I remember right before when we met, we talked and everything. Before that, you were telling me you were getting ready to which I think you did, right? Because you told me that you were going to go talk to the DOJ. Wasn't that?
Yeah, the DOD, the Department of Defense.
The DOD.
Yeah, the Pentagon.
DOD, not the Department of Justice, Department of Defense. So let's talk a bit about the Max Pack and Power and Core. So tell us a little bit about that more. I know you mentioned it a little bit, but it's so you have what kind of like how many pieces do you have? What size do they come in? Tell us some of your clients. What did it impact them? How did they think about it? I'm sure you're going to tell us more story.
Yes. Well, that's two parts. First, the Max Pack, like I said, I wanted a different piece of gym equipment that was more comfortable to hold and safer to use, but was as challenging and weighted as the metal dumbbells, weight plates, and kettlebells. They will always be, there's a standard protocol for working out, and I'm not trying to take those away. Everybody loves them, and they do a fantastic job of strength and weight training. However, there is a new thing out now that is incredible, that can work as hard, if not harder, and it's called the Max Pack. And I created it because I wanted an alternative to the metal that somebody could use as a strength and weight training program, but also because of its shape. It's rectangular. So like a medicine ball is a basketball of sand, and you don't just call it a basketball of sand, but you can only hold it with two hands when your hand is open. You can't sit on it very well, and you can't grab it very easily with one hand unless it's like a really big person's hand, and you can't really utilize it. So with the Max Pack, I made them rectangular, and they're ergonomically designed and smooth, but just enough of proprietary legalized sand. I say, proprietary. There's 40 kinds I learned through my journey of plastic and duct tape and vinyl and zippers and kitty litter and rocks and gravel and a million things to try to figure out what I could use that would really offer such an incredible challenge. But when the magic of the Max Pack is in the grip, because you can squeeze into it, which activates your fingers, fist, wrist, forearm in such an intense contraction that it ripples through to the shoulder, the pec, the chest, and through your core. That's why it's called Maximum Power and Core Max Pack. Is when you grip into it and move it in all different directions, wherever you move it, there's just enough shift of the sand that wherever you move, to the right or to the left or up or down or in or out or behind you, it shifts. So the pull of gravity of the weight distribution is more everywhere you go. So you have to, by necessity, use more core and stabilization in order to move it to the other direction. And one of the major principles is when you squeeze it really, really hard and push it to the farthest range of your motion, your range of motion, and then you pull it back to the start, to the farthest part of your opposite end, you're working the front and the back of the body in one full loop, which gets so much more muscle activation all at once that you burn out really quickly. And so you can work out in less time with greater results, because you can't squeeze the metal. You can hold the metal, but you can't keep squeezing into it with your fingers and thumb. And there's many ways to hold the Max Pack, like a sandwich, flat like a pizza in the palm of your hand. You can make a scoop like a taco shell and hold it vertically on its side. You can grab it with your fingers on the top like a claw grip. You can turn your fingers behind and have your thumbs in front on a reverse claw grip. You can squeeze it in your quads. If you want sexy legs, girls, squeezing it in your quads is amazing because it lights up your legs between your knee and your hip, and it'll already contract your abs the minute you do that. You can stand on them, you can sit on them, you can hop them, row them, throw them, lunge them. Ab crunches are incredible. Balance training is incredible. Sitting on them for meditation, using them for yoga and Pilates, for tree pose and boat pose and Shavasana, and for Pilates moves. Squeezing them in your legs for so many of their balance and strength training moves and Pilates. Using it as a portable punching pack. Using it for rehab. I had messed up my shoulders a few times, and my orthopedic guy wanted to put in nuts and bolts and screws in surgery to fix it. And I'm like, nah, not so much. I'm not cutting myself open so quick. And through the use of the Max Pack and more dense vitamins and nutrients in food and rest and things like that, I rehabbed them both times without surgery, and I have 99.9% use of my shoulders at full power. So I'm just saying that before you get under the knife, come talk to me if you're facing that, because I've rehabbed a lot of shoulders, backs, knees, hips, ankles, feet. And no one ever goes to the gym, by the way, and says, I'm going to exercise my feet. But they take you on all your adventures. So I have a whole foot therapy and strengthening program for feet, for toes and arches and heels and Achilles tendon and plantar fasciitis and gout and balance training, that by standing on it and has just enough pliability that you sink in and have to grab with your toes and go up and down for calf raises. It really, really changes the dynamic strength and flexibility of your feet, your arches, your ankles. You know, you do a lot of cross training with sports, with basketball and tennis, those very fast switch foot placement movement sports. Golf, you want to take some strokes off your swing. Working on posture and balance and movement for that, cross training for all those kind of things. So that's why I love it. And then when I got invited to the Pentagon, I was like, wow, this is a whole new level, because I have people who flip tank tires and jump out of airplanes and drive Humvees and save the world. And they have a much more difficult training protocol. So when I went there, I spoke to the gym director and assistant gym director and the program director, and I met with people that were working out in the gym at the Pentagon, which is the size of Home Depot. The Pentagon Athletic Center is just ginormous. And on the walls, there are the protocols for each of the military divisions, Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marines, and even the Coast Guard. And they have their own particular protocols to pass their PT test. So I studied all of those and came up with Max Pack intense military level workouts to add to the protocols they already do. So for example, just as a plank, and if you just can hold a plank for 4 minutes, great. But if you can squeeze a 16 pound or 16 pound in your legs by pressing 8 pounds under your hand, having a 24 pound on your back, and practice that, you're going to fly through your PT tests. You got to do pull-ups, great. If you squeeze one in your quads as you do a pull-up on a pull-up bar, you're going to pass your PT test. I hang people's ankles off the TRX straps. So they're suspended and they're swinging. So they have to hold one in their quads and not lose it. So you really have to squeeze across while you're lifted up, while you're doing a push-up, while you got another one on the shoulders forcing you down. It's a total body loaded push-up, and it's unbelievable. I got guys who can push out 100 push-ups in like less than a minute, and they could barely get 5 push-ups with a Max Pack in that TRX strap. So it'll really load you up when I use it in addition to other fitness equipment, decline bench, dip bar, iron rings, jump boxes, you know, and putting it in your backpack and running your miles with it. It is just a killer training. So to go to the Pentagon was a career highlight. I've met so many amazing military officers and personnel and even staff that work at the Pentagon. And all of them that I have met have purchased their own for their own, workout regimens, as well as, tons of units for the gym's fitness program. So the Max Pack is in the pack at the Pentagon. So I'm delighted beyond measure.
That's exciting.
Thank you, God, for all my blessings. Right.
That's exciting. So all this fitness, Andrea, do you ever do anything like eat a bowl of ice cream?
Yes, of course I do. Life is wonderful and amazing, and food is everywhere. That's another thing in my personal protocol of training. Don't be afraid of food. It's everywhere, like trees and cars and bicycles and cars. We're not afraid of those things. It's just a thing. And food scares people. Oh my God, Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving's coming. A birthday cake is coming. Everyone's afraid of food, but I can find anything that you like with better ingredients. It's the holistic ingredient list that your body can digest and utilize and turn food into fuel. If it's frankenfood and it has chemicals and artificial flavors and excipients and binders and preservatives, and you can't pronounce it, your body cannot process processed foods. And so it is going to just pack it in a garbage can in your body, and that is called a fat cell. A fat cell is really your body's self-defense mechanism to take all the garbage that you put in you, like Niagara Falls, and it can only click it out like a pen. What's the body going to do? You got 60,000 miles of blood vessels in your body, and everything you put in you and on you goes through 60,000 miles all day long. And when your body's sensors go, what is this? I don't know if I can cuss on the air, but what is this crap? And it doesn't know what to do with it, and you can't burn it off or pee it out or poop it out. Where's it going to go? So your body is going to stuff it away to the farthest reaches of the universe, under your skin, your belly, your thighs, under your arms, your chin, and it's going to pack it away so that it doesn't have to deal with it. So when you want to eat a bowl of ice cream or a potato chip, or you want to have a cookie, then you buy it with less bad stuff in it. So like I have organic, like coconut milk ice cream. And if I want a real ice cream, then I'm going to make sure it's got at least organic ice cream. So it doesn't have all kinds of hormones and steroids and antibiotics in it. If I want a potato chip, I'm going to get an organic potato with olive oil and sea salt, 3 ingredients. Not a potato chip that's got a million ingredients and stuff you can't pronounce that are all the fillers and binders. And if anyone's listening and they want to, there's a free food and nutrition and fat loss guide on my Hammer Health and Fitness website. You just put your email in and download it. It's 8 pages of what to eat that's healthy and good for you, that keep your blood sugar level, that help turn your food to fuel and won't make you store fat. And there's also a list of the toxic ingredients, of preservatives and things to watch out for on the ingredient list, and how to eat it in time frames for what you do. So it's very, very informative, pretty colors, and it's a really great guide to get you started, to start having more healthful nutrients, not pollutrients, in your system. So that's why if you want ice cream, you want a chip, even candy, there are other ways to find it, which I've done a lot of research on food and where to go and what to get, that can help you still enjoy your life and enjoy a treat. And here's the next thing. It has to be a treat, not a cheat. People go, this is my cheat day. I hate that. Treating, it makes you feel like you deserve it and you're going to enjoy it and your body will assimilate it and digest it and use it with glee. If you cheat eat, it's my cheat day, then it's with guilt and resentment and remorse, and then you feel bad you did it, and your body's energy is going to pack it in a fat cell. So the energy with which you do something, which is super important to me, and this is one of the major protocols of my training, is you want to do stuff with love and care and joy and happiness, because that's how your body will process it. If you do it with fear and resentment and anger and just, this is terrible, that's what your body will do. So if you're going to enjoy something, it's your birthday, have a piece of birthday cake and enjoy it as a treat. And then tomorrow just go out for an extra 2 minutes of walking. You don't have to slog through your life. There's always a way to see the happy side of it. If you're on the bad side of it and it's crappy and terrible and you feel bad, you just need to make a 180, not a 360, a 180, because 180 is the opposite of where you are. 360, you'll take you right back to where you already started. And you can't find a solution with the energy that's already bad. So you need to see something new and have an epiphany of some kind. And you can easily get to it if you stop for a moment and take a pause, just like Terry did with the breathing, and you were conscious of your body. What am I feeling? What is my body telling me? Your body is your biggest communicator. You got a stomach ache, got a headache, you're throwing up, you're nauseous, you're constipated, you got a rash, all these things. Your body is going, Mommy, please take care of me. This is what we need. It is asking you to slow down, go inside and see what health practices and rest and water and a kiss can do for you to make you be better and well. So when your body is not happy, you've made some incorrect choices. I'll just put it like that. And there's always a way to make a new choice with a better attitude and get way better results.
Well, let me ask you something then. We have about 10:40. We're gonna put out the mic. Hi Ashley, if you want to pop up, because I think Ashley is also in communication and a caregiver, and also she's in wellness too. So, so we have about 20 minutes. Let's talk a little bit about now, today. I mean, I gained weight through the pandemic. I think like I really like just didn't want to do anything.
Almost everyone has.
And it's such a negative because the whole time was like, I'm on Twitter, I'm listening, like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Like, all the things that negative things have been exposed to me environmentally, meaning in front of my eyes, my phone, my TV, and all this stuff. And people stress eat, and I'm gonna tell you what, it was the first time I stress eat, and I think it's the first time I've ever we were like shut down like this. Share with us a little bit about what it is like for you today with some of your clients.
Yes, thank you. Many of them too have the same issues with the pandemic and gaining weight and having struggles mentally and physically in their body from all that goes on. And so, and even to, it was getting to me as well. Listen, even as a health practitioner and fitness person, coaches need coaches. And so I would seek out the wisdom of some of my spiritual guides and fitness people that I know that are in my circles to get an upbeat hug or words of wisdom that would recenter me and go, oh, yes, 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 I needed that today. So we all need a helping hand and a hug and a happy smile to bring us back to a place within us that can help us move forward. And so when my clients come today, and we're a little bit past the severity of the pandemic. I'm not saying it's completely over. We still have to be safe and follow health protocols in many instances, but their renewed sense of can do and want for themselves has inspired them to move away from sitting all day long, because sitting 10, 12 hours, 15 hours a day is the new smoking. So I have a 30-30 rule, and it's pretty funny, but it works. For those of us that, have a hard time getting to the gym, you don't necessarily have to go to a gym. You can exercise right where you are. So my fun 30-30 rule for those that are in front of a desk is every 30 minutes, get up for 30 seconds, a solid 30 seconds, and trot in place, do jumping jacks, push-ups off your counter, bring your max pack to your office or the big aqua one and trot on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, press one up and down, sit down and do a couple of ab crunches, squat presses, and then sit back down. Every 30 minutes, if you got up and just shook up the salad dressing bottle where all the seasonings sit at the bottom and got your heart pumping and your muscles moving and your blood flowing and your nerves connecting, you would be keeping the body in an active state throughout the day where it doesn't get scooped and gooped and collected and coagulated and you turn into a clump of mush. Sitting makes everything be stagnant. And when stuff stays stagnant, it turns to sludge, it gets hard and gets stuck in you. And there is why we are putting on our weight. But if you don't let the body get into that state by just shaking it up a little bit, it's 30 seconds. You're not even sweaty enough, but sort of. For 30 seconds, you get your heart rate up. But if you consistently do it throughout the day, I promise you that if you did this every day for 30 seconds, every 30 minutes, you could probably lose 10 pounds in a month because the body's metabolism is going to shift. You can't just sit there and clump up. You have to move. You have to move. Moving is natural anyway. Your body loves to be free and express itself in delightful movement. And just shaking it up for 30 seconds, enough where you get your heart rate up and you got to take a kind of breath. You're finished before you even get sweaty. And then every 30 seconds that you do it, you're consistently shaking up that metabolism where it has to draw more and more energy to keep up with you. And over a consistent amount of time, your body will change. I promise you it will. And if you can get a trampoline, one of those little rebounders at Walmart for $50, hop on that thing for 5 minutes. that vertical movement stimulates your lymphatic system, exercises all your core muscles, your legs for balance, stimulates your balance center in the brain, and then add a max pack to that. And there's a killer workout for 5 minutes every day. So there's so many little things you can do right in your own home, in your pajamas or your underwear, I don't care, but move yourself with joy. Just get your sneakers on, honey, and go. Even in fact, you can even be in your bare feet. It doesn't even matter, but you got to get out of your chair.
Yep. Well, that's why I think I sat in my chair, but I think I built a lot. I sat in my chair, did a lot of coding, but I was just saying this weekend, like, oh my God, I need to go get my incline board out of my storage unit so I can hang upside down just to get my neck and my back and everything aligned again. So, but
Yeah.
I have Ashley here. I gave Ashley the mic. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Hi, I'm well. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I saw that you were Brittany
Yes.
Reese. Yeah, we like I'm Tonya. I'm the other the other speaker, by the way. I'm the president of the South Florida chapter of Women in Communication. So I wanted to give you the mic and so we can say hi to you and get to know you. And I know you are caregiving and you're in fitness and you're in social media. No, you're a social entrepreneur and designer and strategist. My gosh,
Yes,
you're one of us.
I am. I was gonna say you wear so many hats. You definitely do. And that's one of the things that I love about learning more and more about you through Twitter Spaces, which is so cool. Um, and the fact that you're featuring Andrea today. Am I
Yes.
pronouncing?
Hi, Ashley.
Hi. Oh, I loved your energy when you were giving your explanation of how you help people through fitness.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love what I do, and as I'm sure you do as well.
Yes, yes. It has been interesting talking to people about holistic wellness when, they are used to focusing on one or another, or, they find they don't have the time. So the fact that you're giving like very digestible, simple things to start with or to fit into your day, that really helps
Yeah.
kind of bridge the gap when
Yeah.
people don't really see the vision.
Yeah, sometimes you give somebody a ginormous to-do list, it's overwhelming. So my simplest thing is just do one thing better today than yesterday with fitness, food, and feeling good. Pick one thing, and you can start with the alphabet. It's one of my protocols. Start with the alphabet. So today we're going to start with A, and you're going to either work your arms or your ass, right? You can eat an apple and you can be amazing, right? Or be artistic or be articulate, and then just do that all day. And then tomorrow, pick a B. You can work your way through the alphabet daily or weekly and just do one thing better today than yesterday and one little less bad thing today than yesterday, and just repeat tomorrow. If you just did those little steps, you would see great changes long term.
Amazing. I love that. I find when there's resistance, it's because there's there's resistance, whether it's distractions or like self-doubt or not necessarily believing that it's possible to make those changes because it seems like such a big thing. So having a
Yeah.
framework is, I think, that much more important for people um that really
Yeah.
want to make those changes. I love.
You just said that beautifully, actually. It's belief. It's getting to where people believe in themselves. And sometimes when they come to us, when we believe in them way more than they do at first, our belief in them helps them to have belief in themselves. And our love for them and our care for them, our encouragement for them helps them find that within them. And as another leader in the fitness and wellness industry, I can hear from your heart that you share that too. And that's how we help people believe in belief, right? They have confidence because competence makes confidence. So the more they learn to do something that is good for them and they feel good about it, the more competent they get, the more confident they feel. And then that makes them soar. They just soar from that.
Right, and I think too, like there's like an information gap. So
Yes.
you're speaking about like competence, once they know and have an understanding of the benefits or, whether or not something fits into their lifestyle, then they can make those decisions for themselves when it works best for them.
Yes, yes. And giving them the autonomy to do that. Many times, as health professionals, many people give somebody a prescription here, do this. And so you can share that information and science with them. But I always ask my peeps, here are some options. We could have a brainstorming session. And then I say to them, what works best for you? What do you choose? And I always allow them full autonomy to make that choice, because when they say, I want to do this, I can do this instead of that, then they own it and they're more likely to carry through and work as hard and happy and diligently in that because they chose it, not because someone's making them. And that is a huge factor in their success, is when they decide.
Love that. Love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. In fact, I'm on my way outside. I'm going to walk while I continue to listen.
I love that. That's great. Yeah.
Ashley, so I'm so glad that you popped in. Yeah, I was like, I haven't met you yet, so excited. I'm looking forward to getting to know it with you better and collaborating on some spaces. So yeah, let me
Me
know.
too, Ashley. I'd love to get to meet you too.
I actually do a wellness space too, Andrea. You have to come back on Wednesday. I do a wellness space with Lynn Health. No, Lynn. Well, her name is. She goes by. I'm trying to remember what my co-host. We just started doing this program together. Last week we had Terry on as a guest. We featured Balance for Life, and she is in Australia. So,
Oh,
and she's a wellness and health, and she talks about your health is wealth. So we teamed up. So we're just, I'm gonna get Joe Cross on. I met him when he launched his new book, back in like 10 years ago. Uh, his book is called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I think that's what it's called. I always forget, but he's the one that really boosted the juicing. He's the Joe Cross is his name. So we're gonna get him on. He's known as the Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. He went on this whole juice diet, so I'm gonna have him come on as one of our guests. And so yeah, love to have you come on too. And Ashley, I mean, we gotta talk. I have been a caregiver myself. My actually Joanne Jenkins, who is the CEO of ARP. I've been talking to she's followed me because Social Chats, my multimedia station, we do a show about elder care, and so she started following me when she launched her book. But I was just thinking, God, I'd love to do a caregiving, because I actually have a caregiving registry.net. Which I want to do so much. I just don't have time to do that one yet. Because when you become a caregiver, it'd be nice to be able to just like when you get married or have a baby, there's a registry. But so I just feel like, when you become a caregiver, and it's not by choice, you do it because you love your loved one, but you lack a lot of different things, like adult diapers, sometime maybe a friend could buy a massage for you, so and come over and hang out with your loved ones while you go get a massage. Those are the things that I always think about, just to help and especially the caregiver, and also help them with self-care. So, and I think with Andrea's products too, and I think Andrea, I mean, caregiving is such a big hinder these days that a lot of people, men and women, are going through some tough time, because taking care of someone sick can make you sick.
that is true. That is true. That's why when you keep yourself in as best health and strength as you can, you're more resilient to be able to offer that to somebody else. Because if you're unable to help them, then you're going to have to hire someone else who can. And even if you are able, I still suggest that you hire somebody at least part-time to come in, like you said, in your registry, to give you the time to keep renewing yourself for your strength and well-being, so that you can continue to take care of a loved one. Like you said too, it does make you sick to run down. So having that as a resource is a great thing.
Absolutely. I spent, I would say, maybe 2 years as part of a caregivers community called Daughterhood, where I met with women twice a month who were just kind of explaining how the experience of caregiving was different than anything else they'd been through. And oftentimes, the common denominator when they were feeling most stressed or concerned was that they weren't able to take care of their health while juggling all of the other things that come with the role. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. That's so hard. That's very hard.
the thankless role, because
No,
you know, um, it is something you do as a labor of love. It's something that you do um, because you care, and still, that doesn't take away from how difficult it can be. So, places like the kindness community that I host with two other co-hosts, Dan and Robert, we meet on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern. We kind of dig into what it looks like to be kinder, to be better, to be um, more aware of our impact in the world. And a lot of people have this same vision, the goal to make sure that um, we are well from the inside out.
I love that. That is awesome. Please send me more info on that. Yeah.
Absolutely, you got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. That's really wonderful.
Yeah. That's you're a true heart, Ashley. You can feel it in your voice and in your desire to help and serve. You know, a healer always recognizes another healer.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna do a space about caregiving, Andrea and Ashley. We should do them together because my mother-in-law is not no longer with us, but the time I had to spend with her was incredible. I mean, and also the ups and downs, and then plus trying to run my company. Plus, I had like 7 interns to run to work with, and so it was a really hard time. And I could imagine trying to like balance and then also have 5 dogs to take care of. Like it's like, and then 2 houses to make sure that everything's done properly. And then that's the stuff that women as women we go through, men too. So I feel like that these conversations are so important because a lot of caregivers sitting there while they're taking care of their loved one. It's thankless. No one's thanking them for it. The siblings are either trying to pass on the bucket to each other, that type of deal. So there's a lot of turmoil. So I'd love to have a conversation about it. And caregiving has always been that's something that I always think about because every single one of us will be a caregiver at one time in our life. Not because we don't grow up and say, "Hey, I want to be a caregiver." But it's a part of life. That's what we do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Statistics show. I remember hearing them when I was in high school. And I graduated in 2009, and I knew then, going into the medical field was likely. I just didn't know like at which point or like how I would enter, but the numbers show who is in need of these services, and it's not just um, need of services and support, but it's not just the aging population. Caregiving, it includes a lot of different titles and a lot of different people who provide care to one another. So um, I always address that because uh, you know people don't necessarily recognize that they're in the role or that the role that they take on is as important and as impactful as it truly is. So yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, that's great, Ashley. That's true.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for being here, for joining us. And Andrea, I freaking love you as always. Before I let you go, because it's 10:59, it's 11 o'clock, 60 minutes sharp. Can you tell our listeners how to get a hold of you? Because once this is done, this becomes, we are streaming everywhere, but we're going to cut it up and make it into a blog. So tell us how to get a hold of you, and I'll make sure I'll embed all your information in the blog.
Thank you so much, Tonya. Andrea at hammerhealthandfitness.com. It's AND Fitness, Andrea, ANDREA. at Hammer, HAMMER, healthandfitness.com. My phone number is 954-270-1870, 270-1870. It's my everything number. You can also reach me at Andrea at themaxpac.com, THEMAXPAC. My 2 websites, Hammer Health and Fitness, and I'm in the middle of creating a brand new MaxPac website, themaxpac.com. The old one is still up, but the new one coming is going to be amazing with all the different demographics that we serve and all the delicious exercises and videos to show you how to use it and benefit from it. So those are, some of them on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn. I'm all over the place. The Max Pack has its own fitness page, and Hammer Health and Fitness has. Andrea Hammer's on all of them. So I'm out there. Reach out, send me a text, send me an email, talk to me on Facebook Messenger, and I will love to communicate and support you in what you do in your life so that you can live intentionally fabulous every day. It's your life program.
Thank you, Andrea. And I can't wait to meet up with you, and we gotta have lunch and catch up with Terry and everything. So again, everybody, have an awesome day. And Terry, I'll talk to you later. And we'll be back next Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Empower Yourself Monday. And if you want to check out our website, it's AWC South Florida spelled out.org. And again, our national chapter has been around since 1909. You can find them more on WOMCOM.org. And this month we are in membership drive, so I'll be announcing that too. And we're going to have our own membership. And Women Communication is I think it's Terry, is it May 10th or May 11th that we're doing our first in-person?
It's that Tuesday. Hold on. Oh,
So we're gonna do our yearly how to pitch to the media. Emily Taffel, our communication director,
it's May 10th.
will be
May
handling
10th
that.
on a Tuesday.
May 10th. Okay. On a Tuesday. So it's going to be a hybrid event. So which means we're meeting in person in South Florida for our members and followers and friends, but also we'll be streaming it out to our Twitter page. So stay tuned for that. So this way, everyone, since we're going to be doing more hybrid. We've always done hybrid. We've never changed, but now it's going to be a little bit more fun because we have Twitter Spaces. So again, everyone have a great day, and we will be back next Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Empower Yourself Monday. Thank you, everyone, for joining today.